My mind, my mind. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. If you follow the blind man, you gonna end up in a pit. Cause when you lie down without, you wake up with flip. One step at a time, walking my line, living my life, keep a positive vibe, just one step at a time. Though the road stay rocky, Jaja guide myself. Foolish men for one, and they never rise again. Watching the sign, taming my mind. When you fall in, you rise, they say you wise. Clear out the mood from thine own eye. Build the most high with your own sight, then you will know the right. One step at a time, always back to basics. Pray always right, the pride always chases. You take 2 steps, it's still 1 step at a time. The bird always flies with the flock of his kind. You can't change a thing with a basement. You can't run a race with no eyesight. You can't say you know if you don't know. It's best to face the things that you run from. There you sleep with what is at the top there. But if you follow the blind man, you gonna end up in a pit. When you lie down without, you wake up with flip. If you follow the blind man, you gonna end up in a pit. Cause when you lie down without, you wake up with flip. The stars move, not the moment ahead.
Creative Buzz Podcast.
Time for the time set. Each man have a time when his time set. You try and cheat your way through time, you end up paying with your life. 1 step at a time, though the sun is hot and the burden heavy. Each man must bear the load, but the burden is his own. 1 step at a time, not 1 second ahead. You stay on borrowed time cause you follow second hand. To be anxious is to not be right with it. And attitude of gratitude will send to your vibration. You take 2 steps, it's still 1 step at a time. A bird always flies with the flock of his kind. You can't change a thing with a base mind. You can't run a race with no eyesight. You can't say you know if you don't know. It's best to face the things that you run from. There you sleep, but what is that the top there? But if you follow the blind man, you gonna end up in a pit. When you lie down without, you wake up with flip. If you follow the blind man, you gonna end up in a pit. Cause when you lie down without, you wake up with flip. You can be purposely doing the wrong when you know to do the right thing. You can't hold back a good hard work to edge your brethren rebellion. Harass the man, shut down all imposters, coming to extort all the people, working with the Babylon system. Keep all the people in bondage. Harass the man, a revolutionary. I'm on a team with no capital net. Burning Sissamia is a peaceful protest. Free up the herb and all the youth I'm to see. You can't change a thing with a base mind. You can't run a race with no eyesight. You can't say you know if you don't know. It's best to face the things that you run from. There you sleep, but what is at the top there? But if you follow the blind man, you're gonna end up in a pit. Cause when you lie down without, you wake up with.
Was it a painting or what was it?
feel him in my hands, feel him in my feet. Every now and then I feel him all over me. With my hands say hallelujah. Praise y'all. Hallelujah. Praise y'all. Stars, no Easter celebration, no Halloween, no Christmas, no crying for Tammuz, no Easter, no Ashura, no Babylon rules. Now give me space for let me tell you about my job. Yahweh the Creator, His Son in Enigma, Yeshua the King, the Master, the Teacher, eternal living one. Yah is the all in all that is. On and through all and above all, the Alpha, the Omega, the one and only. Now give me space, but let me tell you about my job. Cause ain't no man alive can tell me about my job. No. Ain't no man alive can tell me about my job. No, cause I can feel him in my hands, feel him in my feet. Every now and then I feel him all over me. With my hands say hallelujah. Praise y'all. Hallelujah. Praise y'all. It's time to come out to Babylon. Do away with your destructive habits.
No more.
Moving forward to Yah, and He will liberate you. Ain't no man on earth can tell me about my job. No. No man alive can tell me about my job. No. I can feel him in my hands, feel him in my feet. Every now and then I feel him all over me. With my hands say hallelujah. Praise y'all. Say hallelujah. Praise y'all. Cause ain't no man alive can tell me about my job.
All right. What's going on, people? This is the Creative Buzz podcast, a glimpse into the local arts hive mind. We cover San Diego arts and culture every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Thank you all for coming by and checking this out. That was music from local reggae musician Buddie Roots, who we will be interviewing later on tonight on the podcast. In the meantime, I want to let you know that this podcast is being sponsored by Thumbprint Gallery. We were founded in 2009. I'm Johnny Tran, co-owner of Thumbprint Gallery, which curates monthly and pop-up art exhibitions featuring emerging mid-career and established artists with a focus on contemporary pop culture, nostalgia, urban art, and pop surrealism. The gallery seeks to provide an eclectic and engaging atmosphere to view art by bringing people together in appreciation and support of local, national, international artists. We are in the middle of the time of pandemic, trying to keep the business going, trying to keep the art alive at Thumbprint Gallery, trying to continue supporting the arts. Help us continue supporting the arts by considering a donation of any amount. Our PayPal is info@thumbprintgallery.com. Venmo is at Thumbprint Gallery. Also check out our current online art exhibition, The Complexity of Light, a solo art show by Carlo Miranda. Cool. And today we are going to be talking about local artists continuing to express support for the Black Lives Matter movement. Local art teacher needs help to raise funds for her high school student. Giving you an update on MCASD La Jolla construction and future reopening plans. And also an update on the San Diego reopening economy and how that is affecting and will affect the San Diego arts community. And of course, featured interview with local reggae musician Buddie Roots. Yeah. And let's see. Happy birthday to Delmar Antonio, who is listening right now on Instagram. So let's get started. San Diego artists, local arts community, continuing to support the Black Lives movement through creativity. One of these artists is local San Diego artist Sarah Paris. She's doing a fundraiser for an art print of a painting that she made. And I just put it up there on Facebook and Zoom. I'll show you guys on Instagram. Here's the painting. The title is No Justice, No Peace, oil on canvas, 30 by 40 inches. And this is her little blurb here. It's been 4 weeks since the unjust death of George Floyd, and the earth-shattering momentum that followed after is a stranger to no one. Seeing the majority of everyone educating each other and understanding the severity of this issue is incredible. I hope we can all continue to attribute this mindset in our daily lives, because the fight is not over. I personally have tried to find other ways I could help to the fullest of my ability. If you know me, you know I haven't picked up a brush in about 2 years. That's pretty good for 2 years. I felt like now was the best time to use my art for a purpose. This piece was meant to commemorate the grueling reality of the weeks that followed George Floyd's death, and to serve as a reminder of the work that still needs to be done. Prints will be made available of this piece. 100% of proceeds of sales will be donated to Black Lives Matter organization, Black Visions Collective, and San Diego Black LGBT Coalition. Stickers are $6. 11 by 8.5 inch print is $11, and the 24 by 18 inch print is $25. I will never be able to comprehend what a Black person's struggle in America is like, but I can continue to learn, educate, and help magnify the movement. Yeah. So thank you, Sarah, for contributing your creativity to this good cause. Another local artist that is also supporting Black Lives Matter is Laurence Michael. He's auctioning off this sculpture. I think it's ceramic, Air Jordan or something like that. But yeah, so he says the starting bid is $1. Every other bid must be increased by $1 minimum. All money will be donated to March for Black Women SD. You will pay shipping if not local, or he can arrange to meet with you. It can be a planter, a sculpture, or whatever you want. Auction will end 30th of this month. And I think you could just go to his Instagram and make a bid. Of course, I'm going to leave all these links to all the stuff that I'm talking about in the Facebook event page. And if you need any of this information or links, just send me an email, thumbprintgallery@gmail.com, or send me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook. So that's Laurence Michael, local artist. Another local artist who is supporting is Max Moses. And he created a mural at DUville College Center in Buffalo, New York. He's a local San Diego artist. He created a mural titled Black Matter is Life. It's a little video of him showing you the mural and explaining what it's all about. Let's try this.
We're at DUville College, and we're in Buffalo, New York, and I've been hired to come up here and rock this mural. So the cool thing is I didn't do no sketching, no premeditated concepts. I just came up here and felt my way through it. So in doing so, I started like with the Ankhs. So you have the Ankhs, and the Ankhs represent eternal life, right? And that's such an ancient and present and futuristic concept. Boom. Connected with that is the all-seeing eye, the eye of Ra, the eye of Horus. And that eye is being transported through space and time. And connected to that eye is this crazy formation of abstract shapes and forms, which are like, to me, represent consciousness, right? So in consciousness, you always hear about the word, and the word is what has been infused in this painting inside the mind of this beautiful, young, strong, determined Black man. And that consciousness has opened up this state of being. The state of being is vast, it's universal. And then once that consciousness goes through this beautiful human's mind, it transforms back to this original essence, which is Black matter is life. So what this is saying is like, you are everything. Don't forget about who you are. You are the essence of life. You heard? Black matter is life. Boom.
Right on. All right. Yeah, so that was Max Moses, local San Diego artist. That was his mural in Buffalo, New York. Yeah, those are some artists who are supporting Black Lives Matter movement. And I am going to read some of these comments on Instagram. Sabria Price says, just finished a big commission. Nice painting. Now I'm chilling all weekend. Excellent. It's only Wednesday. How are you starting to chill for the weekend if it's only Wednesday? But all right. Sabria Price says, happy birthday, bless up. She's talking to Delmar, who's a regular listener of the show. Autumn Snow artwork says, happy birthday to Delmar too. Sabria Price says, that was great music. Yeah, that's Buddie Roots, local San Diego reggae musician. We'll be having him on a little bit later in the show. Sabria Price says, wow, she did great, referring to Sarah's art piece. First time she picked up a paintbrush in 2 years. That's pretty damn good. What's up, everybody? Laurence, we just talked about your art, so I don't know if you got that, but welcome. Okay. I want to let you guys know. Oh yes, I should let you know about my second solo album. Come celebrate the virtual release of my second solo album, titled The Great De-Equalizer. We will be live streaming the album premiere here on the Creative Buzz podcast on July 8th at 8 p.m. Feel free to check in early for the first part of the podcast starting at 7 p.m. For your information, Zoom and Facebook will sound better, but it's totally up to you. The album cover is by Noni Cruzado. Let me show you the album cover on Instagram. You guys are already seeing it on Facebook. Yeah, just a little bit about the album. The Great De-Equalizer, my second album, explores themes of social unrest and challenges ideological assumptions of capitalism through blending elements of hip-hop, electronica, reggae, jazz, and rock. The album takes the listener through a journey which grapples with the past and present while providing hope for the future. All right. Yeah, so that's going down July 8th. And don't forget to support our sponsor, Thumbprint Gallery. We're trying to keep the doors open, keep the business going. Any donation of any amount will help. Our PayPal's info at thumbprintgallery.com. Venmo is at Thumbprint Gallery. Check out the current online art exhibition, The Complexity of Light, a solo art show by Carlo Miranda. And also stick around for our featured interview by from local reggae musician Buddie Roots, who you've been listening to his music earlier. All right, so it is important to continue supporting the arts, support other artists, and it is nothing new, especially to listeners of this podcast, that funding for the arts is a serious issue locally. This is something that we have been covering consistently, with a focus on the budget cuts to arts and culture due to the pandemic in San Diego and statewide and nationwide, actually. Unfortunately, one of the most vulnerable areas of the arts sector is arts education. One local art teacher, Janelle Kent, is now struggling to pay for art supplies for her high school students. She's reaching out to the community for help. This is from her fundraiser page, which I will drop the link in the Facebook event page. Needing these links, just email me, thumbprintgallery@gmail.com, or Facebook direct message on Instagram. This is from Janelle's fundraiser page. It is no secret that the arts are often defunded in our schools. Last year, I received $0 for art supplies for over 100 high school students. I hear that this year, California schools will be hit harder. I spent around $3,000 out of my own pocket to bring arts to the school. I have about 30 years left before I retire, meaning if I'm spending $3,000 a year for the next 30 years, I'll spend a total of $90,000 to support our arts education program directly. If you say you support the arts, this is your chance to make it true. Anything helps. Please share with everyone you know. I don't usually ask for money, but it isn't for me, it's for our students. So yeah, please donate if you can. And support the arts, support education, support local artists. Gonna move on. Quick update on MCASD La Jolla, Museum of Contemporary Art San Diego in La Jolla, and its ongoing construction and future reopening. This is from the San Diego Union Tribune. Art also endures, and even as the MCASD's flagship location in La Jolla remains closed during the COVID-19 crisis, work on an ambitious expansion project that will quadruple its gallery space and enhances peripheral aesthetics, providing public spaces and ensuring a welcoming destination from the outside. While the museum's closed, we're fortunate that the construction can continue with social distancing and sanitation restrictions in place on the building, said Catherine Canjo. She's the CEO of MCASD. She adds that the expansion project is more than 60% complete. She anticipates the finishing touches will be made by October 2021. We're going from being this kind of jewel box sized gallery space to being a true museum, said Kanjo, who was appointed director in 2016. The added space will allow us to truly highlight our collection as well as to do changing exhibitions. She explained that from 1979 onward, the museum building in La Jolla has not grown. A renovation during the 90s added gathering space and made the building more functional, but it didn't add any space. The MCASD's downtown satellite facility on Kettner Boulevard, opened in 1993, was expanded in 2007. She emphasized that the currently $105 million project is most importantly about the art itself. So expanding MCASD in La Jolla, it's been closed for a while now, a couple of years. Looking forward to it. We'll keep an eye on that. So yeah, I want to let all you artists know, the Port of San Diego is doing a call to artists, and Port of San Diego invites professional artists and artist groups to submit their qualifications for 2 public art projects as part of its District Percent of Art program and the Chula Vista Bayfront project. This is a unique opportunity for local and national artists to create innovative, engaging, permanent public artworks for port tidelands and enrich the experiences of visitors to the waterfront. You gotta apply online. I'll drop the link as usual. Email me if you need the link. Send a message on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, let's see here. So they're doing 2 call to artists. Another one is a harbor park, which will be built for the waterfront and beach areas surrounding a soon-to-be constructed hotel convention center complex and carries an art budget of $195,000. This national call is open to artists working in the U.S. Application deadline is Saturday, July 11th for all of these. Yeah. So artists, get some funding for your art. Government funded project. So be sure to apply if you're interested. Also, if you're interested in supporting the arts and supporting our continuing support of the arts at Thumbprint Gallery, please consider making a donation of any amount to our PayPal info@thumbprintgallery.com. Venmo is at Thumbprint Gallery. Check out our current online art exhibition, The Complexity of Light, a solo art show by Carlo Miranda. How are you guys doing out there? Let me read some more comments here. All right. Buddie Roots in the house. So Louisa. Yeah. Ghost to Girl says can't wait for that album to drop. Yet, July 8th on this podcast. Now we're gonna move on to an update on San Diego reopening, which has recently started to accelerate. Most notably, bars and restaurants have started to allow dine-in customers. However, right away, it seemed like restaurants and bars were not following safety guides and that were designed to prevent the further spread of coronavirus. This is from the San Diego Union Tribune. County Supervisor Greg Cox said the scene in the Gaslamp Quarter, particularly on the first Friday night that they were reopened, was pretty bad. Many patrons were seen shoulder to shoulder on city sidewalks, waiting sans masks for access to downtown bars. Measures will be taken in the Gaslamp, he said, with the SD Police Department blocking off streets, allowing more space for revelers to spread out, keep 6 feet apart. It turns out shortly after the reopen of dine-in for bars and restaurants started, we immediately saw outbreaks, which started to approach predetermined metrics, which could potentially result in authorities deciding to slow down or even reverse the reopen process. This is also from the San Diego Union Tribune. During July 17th press briefing on the coronavirus pandemic, Public Health Officer Wilma Wooten reported 3 new community outbreaks have brought the total 6 within 1 week, just one away from the number that could trigger the county to modify its order on closures. A community outbreak is defined as 3 or more confirmed cases from different households contracted in the same location. Outbreaks in congregate living facilities such as nursing homes do not count toward the trigger goal. Wooten is not itching to pull the trigger and close recently reopened bars, restaurants, other specific types of businesses. However, she said of the 6 outbreaks, only 2 are in restaurants. 1 is a private residence. The others are in businesses of various types. Our role here is to increase communications, she said. As with any outbreak, we have staff going to restaurants to conduct inspections for prevention and control to make sure that parameters are in place. So, this is basically the beginning of the re-emergence of community outbreaks. But then, just 1 day later, 2 more community outbreaks were reported, which resulted in surpassing the county threshold. This is from the County News Center. 2 more COVID-19 community outbreaks were identified in the region on June 17th, bringing the region's 7-day total to 8. County Health and Human Services Agency announced today 8 outbreaks, which are not linked, surpassed the county's threshold of more than 7 outbreaks over a 7-day period. So we're getting in danger of being closed down again, which does affect the arts because consumer spending is a huge driver of the arts economy. It's possible they shut down maybe retail again. So that affects art-related retail, including art galleries. And also bars and restaurants, of course, will probably be the first to be closed if they decide to reverse to reopen. And I mean, before the whole shutdown, bars and restaurants were served as venues for pop-up art and music events. You know, their arts and culture venues. Of course, you can't do it now with the social distancing requirements and guidelines and restrictions. But if we close down again, then we'll be that far away from having those venues available. So the county is also stepping up enforcement on entities that are not following the public health guidance, just like it did with the closure of a restaurant in PB. Community outbreaks is one of 13 triggers the county is closely monitoring to determine whether to stop or dial back the reopening of the local economy. Currently, there are 15 active community outbreaks in San Diego County. An outbreak in a community setting is defined as 3 or more COVID-19 cases in a setting and in people of different households. The 8 outbreaks occurred at 3 businesses, 3 restaurants, a private home, a campground, and a social club. The county is contacting anyone at those locations identified as close contacts of positive cases. Just show you guys this. You already see this on Facebook, but and this is the rolling 14-day average of positive cases. It's usually the metric I look at, but you can see, I mean, it was looking good for a while, and it started to pop up again, and I think we broke a 1-day record for infections, yesterday? So, yeah. I personally think we might get shut down again. In fact, I think Governor Newsom said something about possibly shutting down. Hopefully not, but I mean, it may be necessary, I'm not sure. I've heard of some restaurants closing recently too, just a couple days ago. So amidst the re-emergence of COVID-19 outbreaks in San Diego County and elsewhere in California, the state government has taken action with Governor Newsom mandating the wearing of masks in public. This is from Deadline.com. The order seeks to prevent those infected with coronavirus but not showing symptoms from spreading it, according to the California Department of Public Health. Specifically, Californians must wear masks in these circumstances: inside of or in line to enter any indoor public space. You have to wear a mask when you're waiting for or riding on public transport, when you're engaged in work, whether at the workplace or performing work off-site, with some exceptions. And also while outdoors in public spaces, unless that 6 feet from others. So if you can't get it 6 feet away from other people outdoors, you have to wear a mask. The fine print requirements of the order include wearing masks in the following places: inside of or in line to enter any indoor public space, obtaining services from the healthcare sector in settings including but not limited to a hospital, pharmacy, medical clinic, laboratory, physician or dental office, veterinary clinic or blood bank, waiting for or riding on public transport, or paratransit, or while in a taxi, private car service, or ride-sharing vehicle. While engaged in work, whether at the workplace or performing work off-site. And you got a bunch of off-site situations that you require to wear a mask. Working off-site. Okay. Before getting out, let me read some of these comments. There are any. Ghost Girl says, "Is that Rolling Rock?" No, it's actually Heineken. I probably shouldn't like advertise for them, but I just do. What's up, Robeast? Where the hell was I? Okay, so these are some of the work situations that you're required to wear masks, according to the state of California governor. Interacting in person with any member of the public, working in any space visited by members of the public, regardless of whether anyone from the public is present at the time, working in any space where food is prepared or packaged for sale or distribution to others, working in or walking through common areas such as hallways, stairways, elevators, and parking facilities, in any enclosed room or area where other people, except members of the other person's own household or residence, are present when unable to physically distance. Driving or operating any public transportation or paratransit vehicle, taxi or private car service, or ride-sharing vehicle when passengers are present. When no passengers are present, face coverings are still strongly recommended. While outdoors in public spaces, when maintaining a physical distance of 6 feet from persons who are not members of the same household or residence is not feasible. Yeah. So make sure to wear your mask when you're out in public. And I don't know, I hope we get out of this pretty soon, but like I said, the 14-day average of positive tests is moving up pretty fast all of a sudden after going down. Yeah, I mean, it could have been reopening of the bars and gas lamp, maybe the protests, but there was one initial study that came out that said that they didn't find any spread from the protests, but I don't know, that many people, I think they could be a little bit of that too. But the bars look pretty bad. Gas lamp and all that. And there are some exemptions for wearing a face mask, which I will try to get to in a little bit. But I do want to tell you about Art Unites Learning. They have an event. Normal is overrated. And that is on Tuesday, August 25th. And the event is, here's the event description. Our current economic and socio-political environment necessitates a deeper look at our perception of quote unquote normal. What is normal, and does this normal support our health, happiness, and highest purpose? Join us on Tuesday, August 25th, as we ditch unhealthy dominant culture prescriptions for normalcy, which often lead to depression, anxiety, and discontent, and learn life-changing tools for healthy, happy, and purpose-driven living from two San Diego artists, entrepreneurs, and extraordinary thinkers, Edmund Massey and Corey Catt. Details coming soon. And I will drop that link in the Facebook event page. If you need any of these links, send me an email, thumbprintgallery@gmail.com. Send me a direct message on Facebook or Instagram. Speaking of Thumbprint Gallery is the sponsor of this podcast. Please help us support the arts by making a donation of any amount, which will help to our PayPal, info@thumbprintgallery.com. Venmo's at Thumbprint Gallery. We're just trying to keep the business going this time of pandemic. We haven't had any events, which was our main driver of revenue for since the shutdown, obviously. So whatever, what is that, 3 months now? But we do have an online exhibition titled The Complexity of Light, a solo art show by Carlo Miranda at thumbprintgallery.com. Please check it out. Also stick around for our featured interview today on the podcast with local reggae musician Buddie Roots around 8 o'clock, I think. Where were we now? Okay. Yeah, so there are some exemptions for the required face coverings. Those exemptions are children aged 2 and under, persons with a medical, mental health, or developmental disability that prevents wearing a face covering, persons who are hearing impaired or communicating with a person who is hearing impaired, where the ability to see the mouth is essential for communication, persons for whom wearing a face covering would create a risk to the person related to their work as determined by local, state, or federal regulators or workplace safety guidelines, persons who are obtaining a service involving the nose or face for which temporary removal of the face covering is necessary to perform the service, persons who are seated at a restaurant or establishment that offers food or drink service while they are eating or drinking, provided that they are able to maintain a distance of at least 6 feet away from persons who are not members of the same household or residence, persons who are engaged in outdoor work or recreation such as swimming, walking, hiking, bicycling, or running when alone or with household members, when they are able to maintain a distance of 6 feet. These are all exemptions from face coverings. Persons who are incarcerated, prisons and jails as part of their mitigation plans will have specific guidance on the wearing of face coverings of masks for both inmates and staff. According to the Sacramento Bee, the governor has the authority to enforce the mandate under a previous executive order. That order requires California residents to follow recommendations from state public health officials, and we have been consistently following changes in the guidelines, rules, all the executive orders on this podcast. Hey, check us out on our YouTube, Creative Buzz Podcast on YouTube, and you can see all of the past episodes that we talk about. We've been following this story for a while now. And we are here every Wednesday, 7 p.m., covering San Diego arts and culture, and trying to support the arts and what arts is still going on. And one art exhibition that's still going on virtually is the Spring 2020 Online Student Art Exhibition for Mesa College Art Gallery. It's a virtual exhibition live. I'll drop the link, Facebook event page. Send me an email, thumbprintgallery@gmail.com if you need the link. Send me a direct message on Facebook or Instagram. Join us for our virtual student exhibition live now. The closure of the campus and transfer to remote classes didn't stop us from gathering and presenting the wonderful array of works produced by students in our art classes. The Spring 2020 Online Student Art Exhibition is an exciting and masterful collection of artworks in a variety of media, including drawing, design, digital media, photography, painting, ceramics, sculpture, all the students were enrolled in studio art classes at Mesa College in San Diego. Yeah, so check that out. I'm going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll be talking to local reggae musician, Buddie Roots. Here's some of his music. In theory. Let's try this. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Right back.
Yeah, yeah. My. Can you believe that them all hate on the Rasta? But for what? I don't know. Them harbor hate up in them heart for the Rasta. Them all claim that it's so. But Rasta man chanting down all imposters with the song in the new soul. So now them boys want to claim them a Rasta, but oh no. Can you believe that them all hate on the Rasta? Them come wearing locks and smoking ganja, but them now want give the youth roots and culture. Them just breed and schizophrenic money vultures. You're claiming that you have love for Jaja, but where's that love to see? You're just a bad man plotting plots on the Rasta, but you're plotting cut your own calamity. Cause home job bless, no man curse. Boy, don't you know that last shall be first? Jaja is my rock in my salvation. So whom shall I fear? Ooh, can you believe that them all hate on the Rasta? But for what? I don't know. Them harbor hate up in them heart for the Rasta. Them all claim that it's so. But Rasta man chanting down all imposters with the song in the new song. So now them boys won't be claim them no Rasta, but oh no. Can you believe that them all hate on the Rasta? Them not want hear Rasta play him reggae music. Them not want see Rasta free up the youth them. But still the people act one dance to the sound say. Them boys act more like politicians. Rats in the cage trying to fight to the top, stuck in the rat race. You're going nowhere. Just the prisoners of mental slavery. Can you believe what them all hate on the Rasta? But for what? I don't know. Them all hate up in them heart for the Rasta. So now them boys want to claim them a Rasta.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna do one thing. Be right back. What's up, buddy?
Well.
We're about to get started.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hey, so we'll let the music go a little bit, but I keep forgetting, but there's an hour
gonna end it and then we got jump back on. All right, cool.
A couple minutes. Yeah, so when they come back on, just do that again. Hey guys, so I'm gonna end the live stream and then come right back on. And we'll have All right, Buddie Roots in the house. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. How you doing, bro?
Good, good. I'm doing good. Thanks for coming on to the podcast with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Nice, so everybody. This is a local reggae musician, Buddie Roots. He's done, a few shows for us at Thumbprint Gallery, Bar Basic. And yeah, he's gonna tell us about the reggae scene and his new album coming up, etc. Cool, man. So, what's been going on? How's the pandemic treating you?
Well, pandemic is treating me kind of salty, but we're keeping it moving.
Nice.
You know, when everything first popped off, like every show that I had just got canceled one after another.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? It was just like back to back to back to back. Everything got canceled.
How many?
You know what I mean?
How many shows?
It was like 4 shows.
Wow.
Yeah. We have like 4 shows that we had lined up, and everything just got canceled back to back to back.
Damn.
You know, on a personal level though, because I do I'm a jazz pianist. I play piano as well.
Okay.
I still have some good stuff coming through.
Oh,
People
nice.
hit me up every now and then still for like piano lessons and stuff, but I don't really be trying to be around too much people because of the COVID. You know.
You don't try to do it virtually?
I don't try to do like the piano lessons right now because
Okay.
of, you know, the COVID. You got to be like up close and personal. You don't want to
Okay.
expose yourself, you know.
All right, right on. Yeah, for sure. Well, we're all trying to get by. I mean, how has the pandemic affected your like creative process, would you say?
Well, to a certain extent, it has affected it in a major way because as a musician, you know, I need energy from people. I need to be able to feel people's energy, you know?
Yeah.
And being isolated from people is kind of like, it's depressing and it's kind of cold and lonely, you know? So the creative process at first, it was like, you know, you have that drive, so you feel like you have all this time and you're doing everything that you want to do. But then once that wears off, what do you have to inspire you except for the things that you see that's going on every day? And it's kind of heartbreaking when you look at humanity and look at the world today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then after that, me, a musician like myself, I start to, you know, get hope and start to understand that that's where I come in as a musician.
Right.
You know what I mean? To bring people hope and to speak that hope into their lives, even in the hard times. You know what I mean?
Have you been writing any music about it, like specifically about the situation, or would you
not specifically about it, but pertaining to the overall, like everything that people are going through and what I'm going through through this, you know, just about, you know, keeping faith and hope alive. Type thing. You know what I mean? Understanding, like one of my favorite songs, "The Seasons Change." You know what I mean? And that song is just talking about, like, you know, it doesn't matter what you're going through, you just got to keep your heart pure. Because at the end of the day, seasons change. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Indeed. Things are changing fast.
More of the music that I've been working on lately is I wanted my latest album to get more back to the roots and the culture and connecting people with source through my music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How would you describe your music, just in general, like for people that don't know?
I would describe it as roots reggae.
Okay. Right.
You know, so far what I've done, but what I'm aiming for and what I'm going for moving forward is something maybe more of like I don't know, maybe a mesh, you know, like a fusion, a jazz, reggae, hip hop fusion type thing.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
With like a taste of R&B and neo soul in there as well.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So you have a new album coming out. Tell us about that. When is that going to happen? What is the title? What kind of vibe will the upcoming album be?
Okay, so my up and coming album that I got coming out, the new one is going to be called Root C. Because, you know, my first name is Cornelius, the root of me. So, but then Root C is like, this is my roots. You know what I mean? This is where I come from. This is what made me. This is what helped me establish my mindset. And this is what put the music into me, gave me this sound. This is my roots. So it's kind of me telling my story and giving people the insight into me a little bit and what I believe in, what I live for, what I stand for type. You know what I mean?
And it's it's reggae, right? Reggae.
Yeah, this is gonna be a reggae album, like deep roots reggae album.
Deep roots reggae. All right. Yeah, very cool. Is it a full band?
Yeah, it is a full band.
How
It's
many?
gonna be me. It's a bass, guitar, drums, and keys, and organ, and every song, the same thing.
Nice. And you wrote all the lyrics and all that?
Yeah, I wrote all the lyrics, composed all the music myself, taught everything to the band.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think your biggest influences are on for your music? Like artists, what are your biggest influences?
One of my biggest influences was Von Benjamin or Midnight from Akabeka. He changed his name to Akabeka later on. He passed recently.
Okay.
He is a very, very big influence of mine because of the sound of the music, how he lived his life, the consciousness, the lyrics of everything that he was talking about. You know what I mean? Everything that he stood for. Mm-hmm. The music itself, how unique it was. It was roots reggae, but it was different. It has a different feel, different sound. And I got a couple of chances to actually see him live, up close and personal.
Oh, nice.
And it's like when the other reggae bands, when they're up there, it's cool and everything. Like they got the good vibe, but when he comes on, you can tell it's more of a spiritual vibe. It's more of a intimate thing that he brings to you, and it's amazing when he's able to bring that kind of influence and change the atmosphere like that for people to feel it. You know.
Are you spiritual yourself?
Yes, I am spiritual.
Does that affect your music, your songwriting, content?
Yeah, it does. Because, a lot of times, this is the main thing. People always want me to go back to rapping because, I used to do rap music.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah.
Bust a freestyle.
I used to be a rapper.
Prove it.
I used to,
Just messing.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Yeah, but...
No, actually, I'm working on an album actually right now. It's actually finished. It's just, I'm just trying to get
a different album?
Everything.
A different one? A totally different one?
Yeah. It's called Pieces. It's going to be called Pieces.
Oh, shit.
It's going to be like a hip-hop R&B album because I've done songs with rappers and R&B artists and just different people. I've done a lot of different stuff, but I've never released it.
That's pretty cool.
So the thing is, my kid's godparents, he came to me and he was like, he had this idea and he was like, you can release a song and it could just be all the stuff you never really released. That's not your genre and you can call it Pieces. So it can be like, you're a roots reggae artist, but then these are different pieces to yourself as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. No, it's coming. It's coming after my album.
Very exciting.
It's dropping August 1st.
What's dropping August 1st?
Root C.
Okay. Nice. It's all recorded?
Yeah, it's all recorded.
Okay.
It's already done. It's already ready to go. August 1st, that's dropping.
Did you record it during the time pandemic?
Some of it I recorded during the pandemic. A lot of it I recorded before the pandemic as well, though.
Okay.
Was
it difficult? Was it challenging to record it during that time?
Come again?
Oh, was it challenging to record it during that time?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I can say it was a little challenging to record it during that time because the energy of everything is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like when you have something that I have an idea of something that I want to record before the pandemic hit. And then when the pandemic hit, like I said, I was just, kind of going like, hey, I got all this time to get all my ideas out and everything. So I was kind of running with that. But then as I started feeling the vibe, I'm like, now, even now I'm thinking like maybe I should come out with something specific for the pandemic and the times that we're going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with my creation now. But, for me to write a song is a process. Like,
right.
I can go and I can just write something down. But for me, I'm all about feel, and I would rather something hit me and I feel it. You know what I mean? So that when it comes out, it's genuine and it's raw.
Do you start with the lyrics first or the music?
All depends what comes first. Okay. Sometimes I'm just, playing the acoustic guitar. Most of the songs start with acoustic guitar, and I'm just playing acoustic guitar and some words go. Or I'll have some words kind of sort of in my head and I need a tune, so they kind of go hand in hand.
Right on. How did you start making music? When did it start? Like what? How did it start? Like piano lessons or who knows? I don't know.
Well, my father is a pastor. You know,
Okay.
he's a bishop. So growing up, I grew up in church, and I always had instruments around me. You know, so naturally the drums was the first instrument I started playing. But then after that, I started getting piano lessons.
Oh, okay.
And then I played by ear. I started picking up by ear. So my piano teacher was like, "You don't need me to teach you no more. You know how to play by ear. You can figure it out on your own type." So that's what I did. And then I got a keyboard, and then it had a sequencer on there, and I just kind of figured out. I don't know how I figured out the sequencer. I must have read the manual or something. Or I think back in the day, you can go up to the Guitar Center and like post up in Guitar Center, and it will let you, you know, make your beats and everything like. So that's what I started doing.
Was this before Google or?
Yeah. Before I knew what a studio was.
Let me look it up on AOL real fast.
Yeah, you know. But then that's how it kind of started.
Okay.
You know,
like gospel
like
music,
that.
gospel background. Would you say?
Yeah, gospel background. Exactly.
Okay.
Like I always tell people always ask me if because you know I play piano and they're like, what music could I listen to help me to enhance my piano skills? I say gospel. Gospel is the most difficult music I've ever had to learn how to play ever.
Interesting.
You know, jazz comes from gospel. Everything comes, and then blues comes from gospel, and then everything else comes from blues. You know,
yes.
Because gospel is the most difficult music I've ever had to learn how to play.
Wow.
Period.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So come.
And then how did you get into the reggae stuff and the jazz
stuff
and all the other stuff? Like where did that come from?
Well, jazz music. I went to college. I went to Grossmont College, and I was just trying to get music theory. And then I went and I took music theory and jazz improv. And then in my jazz improv class, I really got. I always liked jazz, but it helped me and it kind of gave me a foot in the door. You know what I mean? So that's what I was doing. But then after that, I started rapping, and because you know I used to always rap from a young age, and I made a couple of mixtapes.
Oh.
But then
where are those?
I had a spiritual awakening. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, well, instead of doing rap, you know, why don't I do reggae? Reggae is kind of like gospel, but I didn't like gospel because I don't really like, you know, like I ain't really all into religious things like Christianity and things like that. You know what I mean? I have my own opinion about things.
You're not religious?
No, not like that religious. Not like Christian or anything like that. I have my religion as far as my vow that I don't cut my hair, I don't drink wine.
Are you Rastafarian? Would you say you're Rastafarian?
No, I'm not Rastafarian. I'm a Nazarite.
Okay. What's the difference?
Well, Rastafarian to me is a religion.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's the same thing as Christianity to me.
Sure.
And a Nazarite is a personal vow that you take with the Creator.
Oh.
That the Rastafarians, they're like, you know how Rastas have dreads and you know they have their things that they don't do. They get those things from the Nazarite vow that's in the Bible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know any of that. Dropping knowledge.
Yeah. So, you know, so then, like I was saying, that's how I had my spiritual awakening. You know, I used to do rap, and then that's what happened. Like I started because I always listened to reggae music, and I used to put on the reggae music all the time. Like when they come to my house, and we used to listen to music, I would put on some reggae music, and I'd be like, listen to this. You know what I mean? Never heard of reggae. You know. So then I went to the Bob Marley Fest. That's what happened. I went to the Bob Marley Fest in 2010. That was the first live concert I ever been to that I didn't play. You know what I mean? Because usually I didn't go out there and do anything. Yeah. That was the first live concert in 2010 that I ever been to that I didn't play.
The first live concert that you were not on stage. That is a very rare experience of live concerts.
You know, I'm a musician, so usually if I'm going to a concert, I'm playing. You know, like I'm up there on the stage at least.
Well, I'm a musician too, and I know I've been to more live concerts where I'm not playing, like 100 times or whatever. Maybe that's my problem. I don't know.
Well, no, I think my thing is I don't go out. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I won't go. I just like if I'm not doing anything, I'd rather just be at home, just
chilling, writing music or whatever.
exactly, or working on something, doing stuff I like. I don't really go out much.
Right on.
But yeah, man. So I went to the Bob Marley Fest, and you know, some spiritual things were already happening to me. And then when they were up on stage, something said they're Nazarites, because I was listening to the music and I felt the vibe, and I saw people that I knew were enemies there, and they were like shaking hands, hugging, and making things right.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw some people there that I didn't like, and it was cool. It was all good. I was like, you know what, man, let's just drop it. And I was like, man, what is this? Like, this is like a church for people that are, you know, like ghetto, people call ghetto, or, you know, gangbangers, or people that people kind of like shun away. But this is the place that they come to kind of like give thanks to the Creator for life and everything that's going on. Okay. And I kind of looked at that and I was like, man, that's something that is needed. You know what I mean? People need that, because, you know, just because somebody might be in a certain position in their life doesn't mean that they want to be there. Just circumstances life may have put them there, you know, and they still need to answer to know that there's hope and there's the way out. So that's kind of what happened. I heard that there were Nazarites, like I just heard it in my head. And I went home and I asked my dad, and he told me to go research it, and I researched it, and then I found out about it in the Bible.
What? So what does he think about all this? Like, I mean, what's his view, your dad?
Well,
go back to church. He's like, go back to church. Go back to my church.
But now at first I think it was hard for everybody, because you know, like, I'm never going to cut my hair again. You know, like what? What are you talking about? You're never going to cut your hair again, you know? But cut your hair. You can't cut your hair or comb it. What's going on? You know, it's people don't like. At first, it takes everybody off, but then once they start seeing like this is something that you're serious about, and it's something, then they start to take it a little bit serious, and it starts to affect the people around you. You know what I mean? They start to look at life differently as well. So I could say that now my parents, they totally accept it, you know, and they respect it as well. Like if I go to my mom's house and she's cooking something, she knows that I won't eat nothing that has vinegar in it.
Oh, really?
Or yeah, because, you know, vinegar is made from grapes, and I can't eat anything that comes from the grapevine. And the thing is, I used to love grapes. I used to eat grapes. It used to be a big part of my diet, but I can't because of the vow that I took. So if I go over there, she will make sure that she does not cook with vinegar or wine or anything like that, because they have respect for the things that I'm trying to do in my mind.
Why grapes? Like what? We'll get off this in a minute, but now I want to know, like, why grapes?
Well, from my understanding, grapes are like a delicacy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's something like one of the pleasures of life. You know how you're drinking a beer right now, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, right. I can't do that. That's why I don't drink, because I have to deny myself.
You know what? You're right. I've never seen you drink.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
I didn't notice that until you just said that. Like, well, you're right. He doesn't drink.
Oh, my bad. Somebody was calling me. But yeah, you know, that's why you never see me drink, because, you know, being able to do something like that, I'm denying myself the pleasures of life. You know what I mean? I'm abstaining as my vow. You know, I'm sustaining from those things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Abstinence. That's what I'm practicing. Yeah. Abstinence for spiritual purity. You know.
Well, I'll tell you right now. Like, I'm a Buddhist, and I'm not supposed to drink, but I'm drinking. So. I guess I'm a Buddhist, but I will not be enlightened.
Yeah.
I'll get there. I'll get there. I'm getting there. So you don't go out, but do you go out like in the reggae scene? Do you go out at least to like network and do all that, or?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
The reggae scene in San Diego, in my opinion, is kind of tough. You know, because.
Okay.
Yeah, the San Diego is kind of tough. It's not all love and peace and love like that. I wish it was, but it's really not.
Why would you say that?
Well, they kind of have their own little. They kind of have their own little way that they do things, their own sound, and I think that the sound that I have is just on a different it's not the whole California roots vibe. It's more conscious roots reggae vibe, and that's not what the Cali roots vibe is. It's the different sound. So I feel like the fans, they're gonna hear it, they're gonna like it, but then at the same time, it's not something that's gonna be productive. Like I don't drink, so my music's not gonna promote that. I don't party, my music's not gonna promote that. I don't do a lot of the things that like as far as the thing, because you know the bars and different things like that, and that's cool. But my songs most of my songs are political or spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I need like
dropping that knowledge.
It's a different fan base. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's like it's just a different fan base. You know?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I drink, and I like spiritual music, and I'm into politics, as everybody knows. So I must be really fucking weird.
No, that's cool. No, the thing is, even when I do play out, people still come up to me a lot of times and I'm like, wow, like the music's really good. Like I like the message. I like what you guys are doing. You know, and I appreciate that because it lets me know that no matter what, I can still break barriers. People still, no matter what. What I think it is though is maybe the promoters, maybe the promoters are trying to push a certain type of vibe in San Diego.
Could it be that? Could it be that politics doesn't sell? Sometimes, I mean, maybe now it does. You know, things are a little different
maybe
now.
Not. But all depends on what side of the political party you're on, or if you're on a side. You know.
Yeah, I guess.
Like people want to hear it, but you know.
Well, let me ask you one thing. Like, are there any like super pro-Trump reggae bands?
Super pro-Trump reggae band?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. All right. It just.
I mean, I'll tell you like I tell everybody else. Donald Trump is a politician just like every other politician.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter who the politician is. The politician is still a politician in my eyes. You know, like just look at what they do. And Donald Trump. I mean, I don't like Donald Trump like that, but I don't think he's like a bad guy either. I just think he's just real ignorant. He's not fit to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think he probably ends well. He just doesn't. He just not fit to be in the position. So he's making himself look bad, and he's making all of us look bad.
That for sure, he's making everybody look bad. I think he might be a bad guy, but I also think he's been damaged in some way. You know, like in his childhood.
Yeah, like it's other underlying.
Something happened to that motherfucker.
The way he's raised and where he's from. You know what? I was talking to someone one time, and he's a black guy who's from New York.
Yeah.
He was asking him, I was like, "You think Trump is a racist?" He was like, "No." He was like, "I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump again." He said, "Donald Trump's not a racist. He's just a New Yorker." He said, "If people on the Coast don't understand New Yorkers, like New Yorkers don't understand people on the West Coast." I was like,
I don't know about that. I mean, Donald Trump lost New York pretty badly. So. But whatever. Each his own, I guess. So, yeah, back on the scene. Like, what venues have you played?
What venues have I played in?
Yeah.
Oh man, I played at Brick by Brick. I played at the Marrow. I played at the Music Box. I played at Queen Bee's. Let me think. I played at a lot of different festivals. Like I played at the Four Corners of Life celebration. Okay. I know Paving Great Futures. They throw that celebration every year. And one of the first years, I think it was the first or the second year that they had it, I played there, and it was awesome. That was a good thing. Those are the types of things that I like to do, like community festivals and events where the people are coming together for a good cause, you know? And I really wish that there was more events like that, you know? So I played at that event, Divine Protection Night. My father is the event that he had. A host of other places too. U31, that's right.
U31, somebody's talking about U31, I don't know. Yeah, very cool.
We played at a few places this past year. I can't remember all the places from before, but I know this past year those were the places that we played at.
Nice. I mean, I guess you don't have any gigs coming up. Like,
well,
what do you think is gonna happen? Like, have you heard of anybody getting booked? No, probably not. I saw some jazz like little trios getting booked at cafes, like outdoor type of shit. But
I have heard of people getting booked, and people have hit me up for different things, but it's all like private parties.
okay,
You know, my thing is like I don't know if I want to expose myself and expose people that I care about and that are around me to something, you know, and I don't, you know.
you don't have a
So
death wish?
I don't have a what?
A death wish?
No, I don't have a death wish. You know, COVID, you see, the thing was, this is my thing. I was like, okay, let's see how it turns out in summer.
Yeah.
If people stop getting the COVID-19, then that means that, you know, that's kind of like a natural cure.
Right.
But people are starting to get it again, and it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, you know,
yeah,
so that's
you know
like,
what? You're right. I wasn't even thinking of that, but yeah, I was just talking about how it's going up again.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Yeah. So, yeah, like Lupe said, he says no bookings until fall 2021. Yeah, that's probably going to be true.
Fall?
I believe that.
Fall? Damn.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, right? We don't
Yeah,
really
if we're
know.
lucky. Because, you know, I think this may be like the new way of life. That's why I'm thinking like,
Oh my God, don't say that.
man,
Oh
it's not looking good. But, you know, you have to, but my thing is this, you kind of like have to think about it so you can prepare for it. You know what I mean? You have to prepare for the worst. You know what I mean? You have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan for the future, then you're just going to fail. You know, so you have to kind of like have a plan of what you're going to do. So I'm thinking like on the music side, what can I do to still stay relevant and still keep the music alive? What can I do? You know what I mean? You just got to get creative. You got to get creative with the band. You got to do things to be in people's face, to entertain them, to keep hope alive.
You're going to try to do some virtual performances, or I've seen that around. Have you seen that?
I'm thinking more of like on a music video tip.
Okay, yeah.
For right now,
like
maybe not a music video, like a traditional music video, but like a video with the music, you know, and we're playing it live, and it's a lot of. I just want to give people the feel of the music.
Record it live and just hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
Report like you know how you can go on YouTube and you know they have like old videos of like still posts.
Yeah.
In their band, and they're just like in the studio and they're just jamming, but it's like the best recording you can get, you know? Like you can feel the energy coming through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes that is the case.
What'd you say?
Sometimes that is the case. Like just
exactly.
It just
you know, so
not planned.
I don't see too many bands doing that, and that's what I'm like. I see a lot of people.
You're right. I see bands that just, hey, we're gonna do a show and here's our songs but never just like let's turn it on and just see where it goes and everybody can hear it.
Right.
That would be fun.
Right. You know what I mean? And instead of like, I'm also thinking instead of like trying to get sales and trying to get revenue, change that energy from, you know, just trying to be, you know, a help for the people right now more than anything. And don't like really give the skills and the energy that you have of yourself, kind of give that out to people because people need it right now.
Yeah, I think that's true. I could use some of that reggae vibe.
Yeah. Right. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right on.
So I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of like trying to plan and trying to make sure that I do the right thing. You know what I mean? So that when I come with everything, it comes right. And the plan that I have is I'm gonna start releasing music this week. Like all my old albums and everything that I have stored up, I'm gonna start releasing them this weekend.
You have whole albums created, unreleased?
I got like 5 unreleased albums.
That's kind of crazy. So what? Why did? So you recorded it but didn't release it? Why would you do that? Like what? Like just
life. Life kind of just gets to you sometimes. You know what I mean? And sometimes these things happen, but it just happens. It just so happened that I happened to get a hard drive, and then I looked on that hard drive recently, and I saw that I had all my music stored on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any rap ones coming out?
Yeah,
okay,
there is. There is.
Show and prove.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I hear it.
maybe I'll load some stuff up. Yeah, I know tonight I'm probably gonna upload some videos to SoundCloud.
Okay.
I mean, not SoundCloud, to Instagram and YouTube. I'm gonna upload some videos tonight and a few things. And then this weekend, Friday, I'm gonna be uploading my first album that I came out with, Arkin. The week after that, I'm gonna be coming out with Seasons Change album that I did.
So that'll be all. Where can we find that? YouTube?
You can find it everywhere. It's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be on
What's the YouTube?
SoundCloud.
You know the YouTube? What's your YouTube?
The YouTube is YouTube.com/Buddie Roots 619.
BUDDIE.
BUDDIEROOTS 619.
YouTube. And how your SoundCloud?
And the SoundCloud is the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
You're on Spotify too, right?
Spotify.
Nice.
I also got a Pandora station. Pandora stations don't play nothing but strictly roots.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Apple Music and iTunes and Amazon on Demand.
Right on. And before we leave, what is the name of the album one more time, and when is it coming out? If there is a
The name of the album is Root C, like ROOT space capital C, and it's coming out August 1st,
Nice.
2020.
Oh, it's coming out. Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Buddie Roots, local reggae, San Diego musician. Please, thank you so much for coming on the Creative Buzz podcast, and I hope you come by again, man. Good to see
man,
you.
Anytime. Just let me know.
All right. Have a good one.
You too, brother. Bless.
All right, that was Buddie Roots, local San Diego reggae musician. I'm gonna leave you guys with some of his music, a little more of his music, a little more. And you know what? I should tell you, support Thumbprint Gallery, our sponsor. Donate any amount. PayPal info at thumbprintgallery.com. Venmo is at Thumbprint Gallery. Check out current online art exhibition, The Complexity of Life. Solo art show by Carlo Miranda. Next week, 7 p.m., we're going to have artist Laurence Michael talking about his new clothing brand, True to the Roots. And we're talking also about the removal of all the statues that are going on, and what that means for history, and what that means for culture and arts. Thanks, everybody, for coming by.
But Rastafari John